SNDPODCAST. Steven here with Dan.
Hey guys, what's going on? Another good week in the books. Hopefully this week is going to be as good as this week.
A lot of clinching scenarios this week. We are going into week 50 and only 3 weeks left. Yes, we could all be depressed. 3 weeks of regular season football.
No, it just means that awesome playoff football is upon us.
Yeah, but it's also reaching the end. And we have to go through that.
We have another month. It's that feeling in the 2-minute warning in the Super Bowl. You're like, shit,
Please
the
go to
whole
overtime.
season's over. Like, if the Giants are not in it, of course, and I'm not pulling my hair out like the last 2 Super Bowls they were in, it's like, bing bong, hold on. It's like, curse word, season's over. Saved myself on that one.
Yes, we are a family-oriented radio programming.
Whoops. Anyway, last week was a good week.
Jekyll and Hyde New York Giants.
The Jets a 2-game winning streak. Yeah, buddy.
Remember, I said it. Jets went out. They're going to the playoffs.
Yeah. I said that to my friend Luke the other day. He's a very big Jet fan and very pessimistic. I don't blame him. He's like, come on, man. Stop playing with me. I was like,
Well, I was talking to my friend, and if, let's say they did make the playoffs, what's the best case scenario? You make the playoffs and you have to go to Denver?
House money, baby! Nah, they picked up Bray today, so...
Oh yeah, I forgot. Braylon Edwards is back. Well,
okay.
Jets win, Giants win.
Big week coming up for the Giants, and a Monday night showdown for the Jets, so here we go.
Well, since we are very superstitious and they made those Bud Light commercials about us, we're going to do the Jets first, because the one week we did the Giants.
I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious, as Eli says in America's Game. What a loser I am. Jeez. Anyway.
You just quoted America's Game. Wow.
I'm that guy. Anyway.
2-game winning streak, huh?
For the Jets. That's my Chris Berman tonight. I'm here through Thursday. Try the view. Yeah, they played the Jaguars, a team that is more pathetic than the Jets are.
More pathetic. Did you know Aldon Smith has more tackle? In the last 5 games, Aldon Smith and the Niners has the same amount of sacks as the Jaguars do all year.
Oy.
So I thought you would be interested in that.
That's a long game.
We'll get to Aldon Smith later.
They won 17-10. I watched the first half at my girlfriend's, and then I drove home a little bit. I missed the touchdown, but Powell scored. I was listening to not 1050, but ESPN radio. So they looked good. They forced a couple turnovers.
Sanchez's fumbling problems.
But that was more of D-Brick just messing up a block and got lit up.
But you know what? You got to give Sanchez a little credit. He didn't run into his offensive lineman and butt fumble again.
No!
So it kind of worked out pretty well.
No, but on a real point, looking at his stats, he was 12 for 19 for 111 yards. Efficient for Mark Sanchez. Well, he did what he was supposed to do. And also, the Jets did ground and pound for once this year. Powell and Green had 39 carries, and Powell had 38, averaging 4.1 carry, and Sean Green getting 77 yards, and they both got a touchdown. So that's pretty clutch. They got the 2 touchdowns, and the Folk hit the other field goal. How long was that?
It was a long one. I don't remember off the top of my head.
It was a 44-yarder. So that was a good game. That was the Jets. Their defense shut down the Jaguars until...
Well, there's really nothing to shut down on the Jaguars.
Montel Owens scored.
Who?
Owens.
Running back?
Yes.
I was not watching that game. I was at the tailgate.
Yeah. Chet Henne actually had a good game, I guess, minus the 2 picks.
Chet Henne's been playing well.
He had over 185 yards. The Jaguars are just awful, essentially. Shipley from Texas fame had 5 catches for 55 yards, which is nice. And Blackman's still growing as a rookie, so that was good to see out of the Jaguar perspective.
If Jones-Drew is healthy and they can get a solid quarterback in there, I think Blackman will become a top 5 receiver.
And so short. God, you gotta love fantasy football. If it wasn't for fantasy football, we would have no idea who these guys were.
10 years ago? Couldn't name any of those guys.
No idea. But it was nice to see the Jets getting a 2-game winning streak. Mark had his moments, but he came through at the end. The Jets stuck with ground and pound, which would actually worked for this week.
You know what else I loved about this? And I'm going to give the credit to Rex Ryan on this. Because he chooses the inactives and actives.
Yeah.
He made sure Tebow was dressed just like what he wanted. And didn't play him a snap. That was a big shot in the gut to Woody Johnson.
Yeah. Well, that's what they got to do. They got to play they got to keep him in the game. It's not fair. It's just I would be livid with the Jets.
If Tebow was a really good passer along with his running,
he would have been already starting.
It's not only that, but I would be okay with him coming in every once in a while because then he'll have that threat. But since he's not a good passer, it's just run. He comes in, it's going to be a run every time he's on the field. I mean, he's only thrown for 39 yards this year, Tebow.
Yeah. It's
Here's what it is.
They picked up Braylon Edwards. Let's see how much he actually plays.
A week after he called ownership and everybody runs the thing. Idiot.
That's just the Jets. It was more of a defense mechanism for sticking up for his boy, Mark Sanchez. Because Braylon's best year as a pro was... Well, nah, that's a lie. One of his best years, because 1 year in Cleveland he was a Pro Bowler, but he was great for Mark's rookie year. He was very quiet, other than his Dewey, but he was very quiet and took the Jets with Kotchery and the other guys, and they played pretty well for those 2 seasons. Both years they went to the championship.
Well, they also had Thomas Jones on those teams.
No, the 1 year he did.
Oh, 1 year. The first year.
First year, and then the second year was LT's legit awesome year.
Yeah. Just this week of playing the Titans.
Monday night.
Who's playing quarterback for them these days? Is it Locker or Hasselbeck?
It's been Locker. He's finally back, but they've been scrappy.
4-9.
Not the greatest, but...
Not the type of year they were looking for. I think they had a little bit more of high hopes.
They knew there was going to be rebuilding. It was a rebuilding year all the way.
Well, when you have a team that has a guy like Chris Johnson and a guy like Kenny Britt, you kind of hope that...
Kenny Britt finally had a good game this year last week.
Out of Rutgers. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. Whatevs. Alright, let's see. Let me get the stat chart from the game. They played the
Colts. They were winning that game for a while.
They were winning that game. They were winning 20-7 until the Colts scored 14 unanswered points in the third.
And we'll get to the Colts later.
Let's see. Locker threw for 35 times and got 262 with 1 touchdown and 2 picks. Locker actually
led the team in running.
That sucks.
Chris Johnson.
Whoa, hold on. Darius Renaud with a punt return for 14 yards. That's a first.
Former Giant, right?
Former Giant. That's why I brought that to attention.
Vic Ballard had another good game in the running game for the Colts.
Well, hold on. Sorry. Back to the receiving. I apologize. Kenny Britt, like I said, he's finally played a good game for once this season. He's been hurt. 8 receptions for 143 yards. That was pretty good to see because he's been in the doghouse, and I've had him on one of my fantasy teams, and he completely killed me. Granted, I had people to back him up, but still, it would have been nice for him to come through. Let's see, with Luck. Yeah, Luck didn't really have a good game either. He's been pick happy the last few weeks, as you can see, with 2 picks.
We'll talk about the Colts later on when we talk about all of the NFL.
Anyway, so let's talk about more of the Titans and the Jets. I apologize.
Monday Night Football in Tennessee. It's got to be a game the Jets can win.
It's very doable. If they are able to stop CJ2K, which is very possible.
Everybody else has.
No, he's had a quiet year, but it's very possible with the Jets running D. It's going to be another low-scoring affair unless Bray gets in the fold, which I highly doubt. But maybe, you never know, because I'm sure the playbook's not that different.
Chris Johnson is 223, 1,037 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Again,
respectable numbers.
Yeah, he's not CJ2K-esque, but he's still having a solid year. He's not carrying me in one of my fantasy teams, but he is holding the glue together, per se. So I'm very glad for that, because I got him in a trade. I didn't draft him high. So I'm very satisfied with him.
Like I said,
granted, everybody knows that they're going to be running the ball, so he needs more help.
The Jets offense can move the ball on them. That's going to be the key. Tennessee is 26th against the pass, 24th against the D. They could definitely move the ball.
Yeah.
And the Jets should be able to stop them, too.
It's all about the Jets' game plan.
Passing-wise, the only issue, though, is Jets are 30th against the pass. 30th passing yard offense. CJ should actually be able to run the ball this week. CJ's going to get good numbers.
Yeah, he definitely is. CJ, it's going to be one of those games, just who's ever going to show up that night. Maybe since it's Monday night, it's actually the Titans' only real primetime game. They played Thursday night, but that was a snooze fest. Let's be real.
Every team plays on Thursday. They play New England on No, that was the Jets. I apologize.
Yeah, that was the butt fumble game.
They played Pittsburgh. It wasn't a bad game.
It wasn't a bad
26-23. Back in week 6. Weren't they winning that game or almost won that game?
I don't remember exactly how that went, but I could see them ready to go. They're not going anywhere, and they could completely end the Jets season, even though the Jets have hope.
Jets win, you start talking playoffs with them.
Well, honestly, they still need help. They need both the Bengals and the Steelers to lose 1 or 2 more games.
I think it's if the Bengals lose out and Jets win out, Jets are in.
Well, yeah.
And the advantage the Jets will have is they play the Steelers once.
Yeah, but
and I think they play Ravens.
The Jets?
The Bengals.
Oh, the Bengals, yeah.
Pretty sure the Bengals play them.
Yeah. And the Ravens haven't been looking pretty either lately, so it's all jumbled up in the AFC North like the NFC East. But at the end of the day, I think the Ravens built more cushion to withstand the onslaught.
Spread this week. I believe it's 1.5.
Alright, I'm taking the Jets. Just because
they're the hotter team.
They're a hotter team, and let's see this. They keep on rolling. They have some playoff life. Granted, how crappy their season's been dramatic-wise, they are still right there, and that's very impressive. Imagine if they didn't have any of the drama, people would actually respect this team. They're 6-7. They're clearly the better team, and I hope they show up on Monday night on the road.
Well, they should definitely be able to cover. They're actually the underdogs.
Yeah, I'm taking the Jets.
And I'm going to take the Jets as well. Like I said, the Tennessee defense is ranked at the bottom of both categories.
Yeah, hopefully the Jets get healthy in this game, and little positive reinforcements with Sanchez and the running game again and all those guys. The Jets could win. They should win this game, but it's the Jets.
There's no reason for them not to win this game. It's another one of those weeks. And it's basically going to be that way the rest of the year with them. There's no reason to lose. The Chargers and Buffalo to end the season.
They can do it. It's a long climb. I'm sorry. It's the AFC North is too good. I hope the Jets make it. That'd be very interesting to see on how dramatic from a fan viewership.
But would you want to make it just so you can go someplace and get blown out probably in the first week?
Yeah, that's gonna be gross. Poor Jets.
Think about it. If it ends now, they're playing either Denver or New England in the first round.
Ouch. Yeah.
Well, keep in mind, last time they got destroyed by New England and then played them in the playoffs, they won.
That team is completely different.
Both teams are completely different.
But that's why they play the games. Hopefully the Jets equaling out again like they've been doing the back-to-back weeks and survive into another week until next week when we talk about, hey, all right, maybe not. Let's keep this bus rolling, baby.
For the Jet fans, I hope they do.
You guys deserve it. For the real Jet fans, they definitely deserve it.
For the Jet fans that are there at every home game, even though they're not a good team, they're the ones who deserve it.
Like I said, the real Jet fans that have stuck through thick and thin. And I know a lot of my friends are that. So, you guys, kudos to that. I talk to you on a daily basis, so I feel your pain. Just hang in there. They're gonna turn it around. And they might make the playoffs this year, and it's been a shitty year. That's amazing. That's why Rex Ryan is the man.
You know what? We're gonna put a poll question on the site.
Alright.
Tonight or tomorrow morning. We're going to ask Jet fans. We want to know. Would you rather make the playoffs and get blown out in the first round or not make the playoffs at all? I want to hear from the Jet fans. And we'll review it next week. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Alrighty.
It's going to be torn. Just an outsider. I would obviously... It's a torn feeling, because honestly, they're middle of the pack, so they're not really... doesn't hurt them making the playoffs, because what are they going to end up one extra spot above? It's right. Honestly, I'd rather, hey, we made the playoffs, anything can happen, house money. Realistically, it's a long shot, obviously, but it's just to say we made the playoffs. It doesn't matter. NFL, you just got to be in the game.
The Jets should be able to score points this week.
That'll be a first time.
In a long time. If they can score points this week and keep scoring points and keep being hot and end up getting in the playoffs, Jet fans need to realize you're in the playoffs, nobody's going to pick you. Go out there
and
and
they know that. They already know that. Come on. Rex Bryant's feeding them. Like, oh, you guys are shit. You can't do shit. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. In his big, manly, fat voice.
Is this wow or when he's not eating chicken wings?
Nom, nom, nom. I want wings. Anyway, I gotta calm down tonight. A little bit too much coffee. But you and me both picked the Jets, so go get them, Gangrene. And let's keep that, make it 3 games with our superstition ready to go. It's all about the superstition. They went first, and they've won 2 in a row since we went with the Giants first, and they lost.
Giants lost.
Yeah, the Giants lost.
You're welcome, Jet fans.
So, let's keep this up. Alright, well, it's time for our favorite part of the week, for me and Steve critiquing our favorite team, New York Football Giants. And we don't really have much to bitch about this week. That is a first.
It's easy when you score 52 points.
52 points! Where the hell has this been? It's been big day from David Wilson. Finally, 13 weeks late on my call, but he finally came through. Big old turbo, baby. Averaging over 300 yards, total yardage. That was awesome to see. I'm not gonna lie. I had a little smirk in my face the whole game.
Announced today, NFC Special Teams Player of the Week.
Congratulations to him on that.
Voting ends tomorrow for Rookie of the Week.
Oh, without a doubt. There's no way.
I didn't see who he went up against.
That doesn't matter. So, the Giants, they had great field position all game long because of the good kickoff returns by Wilson and one by Jernigan. So Eli and company didn't really have that, had to go 80 yards. Pretty much had all that game. It was very nice to have that dominating field control, which was great to see. We don't see that every day out of anybody. Exactly. So we're going to take that as we go. Eli had a solid game. He had 4 touchdowns. Granted, unfortunately, he had 2 picks. One was taken to the house. That was just him being stupid.
That was the one when everybody looked at each other and said,
"Here we go." His 5-pick interception.
It wasn't just that. It was just, it's going to be one of those games. But
picks.
But that was actually like a blessing in disguise, that pick for touchdown, because then they had to kick it off.
Yep. Thank you.
David Wilson. They had the worst starting field position was their own 4.
Yeah.
Which they ended up going 96 yards.
But other than that drive, they didn't have to go far. They were on the post side the whole time.
Best starting was in the 3rd quarter. They started on the 20.
The pick, right? Pick or the fumble? Which one was it? No, it was Jernigan. Jernigan's return.
Yes. That is correct. Is that one? Yeah, that's the one. There's nothing to complain about.
No, nothing at all. Like, our defense, Stevie Brown coming through again with another 2 picks.
About Stevie Brown, Pro Bowl. Michigan boy.
Yeah, good for him. It's good to see Antro roll, having that dog mentality.
All over the place.
He had that dog mentality. The D had that dog mentality. That was all he's saying on Joe and Evan last week, that they didn't have it going into the Redskins game, which was, I don't get why, but whenever Antro talks, everybody's listening, so it's good to see the whole team effort. Granted, 27 points, but against the actual one of the best offenses in the league. You saw how quickly they scored 14 points in the third quarter.
Oh, it was a blink of an eye, and they had 14 points.
Yes.
4 turnovers killed them, of course. 2 picks by Breeze. Both teams had a special teams touchdown. What was their special teams?
We actually shut them down. Like, they didn't blow in any coverage. They had one. Touchdown. Yeah, it was just the
pick six.
Pick six. Snoozer. Thanks, Eli. You big dummy.
Like I said, he did it on purpose so Wilson can then run the next kickoff return.
Whatever you say.
That's how I want to look at it.
Yeah.
Positive.
Yeah. That's what I say about that.
Couple injuries that come out of it. Bradshaw sprained his knee and now he's right now
but it is Bradshaw. So they're not
like Hoffman said today. I'm not worried.
They're not calling it out, but we're expecting Wilson to get a little bit more carries. Just hopefully
13 for 100 last week.
Hopefully he gets more carries because Bradshaw needs a little rest to heal up.
Cruz became one of like the first Giants ever, I think it was. They announced first 2 full seasons of 1,000 yards receiving.
Cruz, and he scored a touchdown, sealing my week in my fantasy playoff game. Thank you, Victor.
Scored a very easy touchdown.
Cruz and Akeem Nicks, 3 weeks in a row, He's building that bridge. He's finally getting healthy. Him and Eli are still here and there, but they're starting to pick it up that more and more, which is great to see at this time of year, like how it happened last year, and he was a beast in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, he was a beast. It was good to see Dominic Hickson back.
Yeah, that was the best throw Eli threw all night. That fade in the end zone. It wasn't a fade, but it was
just lobbing it
up, and it was meeting at the corner end zone, and Dominic made a nice play, but Eli placed it where only Dominic could touch it. So that was an awesome throw and catch.
It was a cold, rainy night.
Yeah, it was just an annoying day, and that probably caught the Saints a little off guard, but that's no excuse. You're an NFL football team, so.
But that's what happens. Dome teams play outdoors and don't play well. But it's no excuse. They should be prepared every week. They have a top 3 quarterback in the league. No question about it.
Yeah.
And
it's wherever you mark him, Brady, and Rodgers.
And Peyton Manning. And
yeah. He's definitely top 5, no brainer, but I would say top 3.
He's a threat every week. Every week, you can close your eyes and expect nothing but greatness out of him. Mm-hmm. Even 7 picks in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's on Brady. On Brady's like, hopefully I have him in my fantasy team in your league, and he's disappointing.
He's actually tied for the league lead right now with 18.
Yeah. Hopefully he has a couple of 4 or 5 touchdowns in one game, kind of mojo going for me in your league. That would be very, very nice.
Another problem coming out of the game, Lawrence Hines again.
Yeah, it was I don't know. He's finally
he was
coming down
perfect all year.
He's coming down to earth. He's missing him now. When we're gonna need him, he's gonna make it. I have no faith. I still have faith in Lawrence. He's kicked us to the Super Bowl twice. I'm really not worried. So we gotta get this going. So this week we play the Falcons, going down to the 30 ATL, as Ludacris would say. It's just going to be a big game, a 1 o'clock start.
coming off a loss. The Falcons.
Coming off for a loss.
10-point loss to the Panthers, where they didn't have a point at halftime.
Yeah, I'm expecting the Falcons to be all out because they want blood after the Giants embarrassed them in the playoffs last year. To be fair, it looked worse than it really is because the Falcons, instead of going for 2 field goals, they went for 4th down both times and didn't get it. Their only points were in fact, a safety. But thank you for being stupid, Mike Smith, and we'll take it because we got a ring.
Let him run the ball.
I got a ring. You got a ring. I got a ring. All right, that was my Andre Brown for the night. But thank you from last year because no one's giving us credit. Roddy White, hopefully we shut him up because he was talking smack earlier in the year.
Cruz is a slot guy. He's not a receiver.
That they're the better 2 combo.
He might not even play. He missed practice today. Messed up his knee the other day.
Good. So, what's the spread on this game? I'm sure the Falcons are a little bit favored since they're home team and they're 11-1. 11-2.
Give me one moment.
Honestly, it shouldn't be more than 5. Should probably be lower.
With all the injuries, it might actually be off. This game, 1.5.
1.5? Damn. Taking the Giants all day, baby.
Oh, yeah. I think the Giants' speed's going to kill Atlanta. Atlanta's defense is middle of the pack against the pass. They give up a lot of rushing yards, giving up on average 127 a game. But I do think Atlanta's going to be able to throw against us.
Well, yeah, of course.
I mean, everybody else does, so.
Matty Ice. The natural.
Which I need them to throw.
Yeah. Hopefully we're up by big like Breeze did for me last week.
Whatever. I'll take 303 touchdowns for Matt Ryan, but Eli throws 5.
That'd be very nice. That'd be nice.
Okay.
I'd take that.
But Julio's got to get the 3.
No.
Yeah, I have Julio.
I don't want any touchdowns, quite frankly.
Fine. Give him 100 yards then.
Okay, fine.
One touchdown.
One touchdown. Yeah,
one touchdown and 100.
I could live with the touchdown. I like last week sucked because obviously we're playing for jelly beans.
Late in that game.
No, we're playing jelly beans for fantasy sports.
Oh yeah.
And I have Drew Brees, and he's playing my favorite team. You'll get that feeling this week. All right, yay! Come on, Giants, wake the hell up! Thank God the Giants blew them out, because I was joking. I'm like, all right, they can score that touchdown, give me more points, but the Giants have to score right away, so I feel better about myself. It was just like a very roller coaster night, and I'm happy it was over when it was a blowout. So Breeze had a better game than it really was.
As long as the Giants win, and Ryan gives me the numbers, and Julio gives me numbers, that's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
They're numbers.
Yeah, exactly. It was just frustrating. It was just,
Like I was talking to my manager today, he has Dez. He wants him to play this week. Mm-hmm. And I go, I don't care, Dez has to lose. He goes, that's fine, the Cowboys can lose, but Dez has to have 100 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Dez Bryant.
But we'll talk about the Cowboys later. Giants should be able to win this game. I think the speed of the Giants is going to hurt them. Atlanta got lucky early in the year. They played Kansas City, the Chargers. They said the Falcons won the AFC West before their bye week. They were 3-0 against them. They played Denver when Denver wasn't clicking yet. So they had an easy early schedule if you really want to look at it. And a pretty easy schedule the rest of the way.
For the Falcons? Yeah.
At Detroit.
They're gonna lock up the first seed. It should be just locked up really soon. Let's see. Who are they playing next week?
They have at Detroit next week.
Okay. They should roll over them. Oh, that's a Monday night. Oh, no, Sunday night.
It's a Sunday night?
Yeah, Saturday. My bad. Apologies. There's no more Monday night. That's weird next week. And then they are playing the Bucks.
At home.
They're at home to wrap up the season. So, yeah, they can wrap it up with 13 wins, possibly 14 if they do end up beating the Giants. But
they can clinch something this week. First round bye with a win, Packer loss. First round bye with a win and a Niner loss. And then they clinch home field if Packers and Niners both lose.
So, they have some stuff riding. There might be a little bit more lackadaisical. That's what happened last week, and Cam just decided to play good.
Cam's been playing better past couple of weeks. That's why.
Yeah.
Nothing to play for. You play a little better sometimes as players.
Yeah.
Michael Turner's not even having a good year.
Michael Turner's having a shitty year. He's killing me. He's killing me also. He knocked me out. I was expecting a lot more. He's been vulturing a lot of touchdowns. That's why he's saving them a little bit, but he's gotten nothing. Jacquizz Rodgers is actually having a better year.
The problem with the Falcons, going up against the Falcons, is you never know who's going to be Matt Ryan's receiver for the game.
Yeah.
Every week it's either Julio or it's Rodney. Dallas is always there.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, I'm hoping it's more Roddy.
That's if he plays.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Well, the key is that if he doesn't play, advantage Giants because there's a chance Prince doesn't play. Yeah. Prince didn't practice today. They said there's a chance he might not play. They said that Roll will play corner.
I didn't get to read that yet. That's going to be interesting. As in starting?
Starting.
Not nickel?
Both.
Oh, I figured nickel because that's what he's been doing.
But he'll do both.
Okay. Well. Sorry for your apologies. Well, that's going to be interesting. Hopefully Waddy doesn't play and Prince finds a way on the field because that's going to hurt a little bit. Is KP playing this week?
Who?
KP.
I think he was on the bike today.
Okay, that's a start. Man, I feel so bad for Kenny Phillips. It's his free agent year and he got hurt.
He'll be a Giant next year.
Well, he'll definitely be a Giant next year now because he's not going to get the big money, unfortunately. Well, good for us, but...
Well, then again, you never know. Like I say every year when it comes down to free agents and stuff, and Jerry I trust.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He will do what's best for the team. If Kenny's looking for too much money...
Oh, yeah, he's not
then he won't be a Giant.
I think Kenny will be loyal.
Is this Antrell's last year or is next year?
No, next year.
Because I know it was only 4 years.
You know he would have been talking about his contract a lot. Just in overall, you know that. Yeah, he has one more year. But honestly, I see Antrell as a lifer.
Antrell could end up being a Giant for life, the rest of his career.
Oh, without a doubt. He honestly is the... Know how people are saying Ahmad is the heart and soul of the offense, arguably?
Yeah, he's the heart and soul of the defense.
100%. Tuck and JPP get all the glamour, but it honestly...
If you watch a game like you and I watch...
It's all about Antrell.
Antrell's all over the place. But at this moment, our defensive MVP award for the year is handed to Stevie Brown.
No, from the standpoint of turnovers and that aspect, absolutely. But it still goes through Antrell, because Antrell is having Stevie able to play center field. Antrell is patrolling the whole field. He's getting a lot of the run tackles. He's probably leading the league and leading the team with tackles. I'm not even looking at the stats at the moment, but I know for a fact.
Not leading the team with tackles.
Bully?
Yeah.
But
Second, 79. Bully's got 84. He's okay. Antrell's 79.
But you're getting my point.
Yeah, I understand. I completely agree with that.
He's always there.
You know what? You give the defense MVP to 4 guys this year. Bully. Roll. Blackburn. And Brown.
Yeah.
Those are your players. And we've had no pass rush this year.
Prince is actually having a quiet year, even though people think
49
he's not
tackles.
He's not having that bad of a year. Granted,
this is what you can consider this his kind of rookie year.
It is his rookie year. He got hurt his first practice.
He was hurt.
No training camp. He had no training camp.
Plus
no mini camp.
There was a lockout.
Yeah, there's no mini camp. Like Bob Hoppe said in the beginning of the year, realistically, we technically have 2 draft teams, and that draft team went to the Super Bowl and won it. That's why I really loved last year's draft class.
Right. And they're still rookies.
They got it. I really like our core, our young core. Good to build on with Turbo in the backfield, because let's be real, Bradshaw doesn't have a lot of time left.
Bradshaw will probably be a either finish the contract and gone guy or a
cap casualty.
Yeah.
But
I don't see that anytime soon.
If Bradshaw was to leave today, I still love him. He's a Giant for life.
A lot of scenarios this weekend. Want to talk NFL?
Yes.
Alrighty. Clinching scenarios for the week. AFC East, AFC West have been clinched. Mm-hmm. Ravens clinched the North with a win.
Okay.
They also clinch the North if they lose. Steelers lose, Bengals lose.
Okay. That's
pretty... And if the Steelers or Bengals lose, they clinch a postseason spot.
Okay, so regardless, they have...
Ravens are in.
Yeah.
Beat the Colts, win the division for the Texans. Beat the Colts, beat the Broncos. Broncos lose, Patriots lose, first round bye.
Okay.
Colts win, and they're in the playoffs.
Alright, go Colts. Hopefully they pull it out for Chuck.
They have to win, and they're in, or Jet lose, Bengal lose.
Okay.
Or Jet lose, Ravens win, Bengals and Steelers tie.
Chuck Strong, baby. Chuck Strong. Let's go.
The only thing in the NFC that's been clinched is the Falcons. They get a bye with a win, Packer loss, win, Niner loss. And home field throughout with a win, Packer loss, Niner loss. So in other words, we don't want them to have a first round bye or home field yet. Niners win the division with a Seahawk loss and a win. Win, and they're in the playoffs. Packers win the division if they win, and basically playoff berth if they tie and a bunch of other things happen. You know, you got to keep those ties, because just look at the Niners and the Seahawks. The Niners and the Rams. They ties all the time.
Yeah, the Rams have been thorn in their sides.
The game I'm looking forward to is the Colts-Texans game this week.
It's going to be good. I think the Texans are going to win it out. Because of the embarrassment on national TV.
It's also a home game. The way the Colts have been playing, the scary part is, if the Colts win out, because they play the Texans twice, and the Texans don't win another game, Texans will have gone from a team that a lot of people, including us, picked to go to the Super Bowl to being a wild card, which would be crazy. I'm going to take the Texans in that game now. Another game I'm looking forward to is Denver and Baltimore. Peyton Manning has never lost to the Raiders.
That's an interesting stat. That's crazy.
You would think his offense against that defense, all those years, once that defense would be able to beat him. Nope, not one time, including playoffs. He's never lost. Any games you looking forward to this week?
Oh, just the ones you rambled off. Monday night. No offense, Jeff fans. I know you feel the same way.
Have a chance of a Super Bowl preview Sunday night.
Yeah, that is the game I'm actually looking for.
Niners.
Hopefully the Pats.
Let the Niners play a little.
Yeah, every time the Pats have national TV, they shit on whoever they played. Hopefully they actually have a game, which they probably will because the Niners is D. So my fingers are crossed. Hopefully they actually have a good game because last Monday night was this Monday night was a very boring game after Pats just did whatever they want. I think it's question time. So we had a bunch of questions. One was from my cousin Sean. One question was, do you think Tebow is a Jet next year?
No.
No?
Yep.
Do you think he's going to get cut, or if someone's stupid to accept the trade for him?
He's getting cut.
He's going to get cut?
Rex Ryan's going to go up to Woody Johnson and say, cut him. If Rex is there, he's cut.
Rex is going to be there. We know this. We established this. Unless he really says something, like, really bad.
The key with he also asked where we thought Jacobs would end up. The problem with that...
Unfortunately, Jacobs is suspended. He can't get cut.
He's not being cut.
That's why he's suspended.
The Niners are pulling one of those, we're going to make it worse for you. You're so miserable here, we're going to make it worse. We're not going to pay you.
Honestly, it was typical Brandon Jacobs. We actually used him. But the last couple years, that's how he's been. But
some people said by Tuesday he'll be cut because he filed a grievance and all that fun stuff.
But that means hopefully the Giants, maybe, you never know.
With the running back issue, you could see it. I know Bradshaw has apparently been petitioning for it.
I'm sure he is. Jacobs is Bradshaw's little brother, and it's documented. They're still doing their handshake. Bradshaw still has that handshake.
He does it with Wilson.
And Andre when he was scoring too. So you know Jacobs is still heavily
the locker room Jacobs. Jacobs wasn't happy.
Everybody liked Jacobs. The thing with the Jacobs is he's not articulate enough sometimes.
He doesn't use the right words.
He doesn't. He did the same thing last year when the Giants were slumping, but we made it out because every time we had a big game, he would step up, like always. So, he's just not that smart when it comes to talking. But he's a football player. He's not paid to talk. So, we'll see what happens with him, but I don't know.
He was one of those cap casualties also.
Yeah, last year, the Giants were giving him too much money because of that whole, since we won the first Super Bowl, give me money kind of thing. That's what's going to happen soon with certain players. So, I'd hope to see him.
Do you have any other questions?
He also asked, what was the other question? Jacob, do you think David Wilson is a starter? He didn't really elaborate. I'm assuming right now, because as more he grows, he'll definitely will with his speed. To be honest, it really depends on if Bradshaw is healthy. Because if Bradshaw is healthy, he's going to tough it out. They're going to give Bradshaw every chance to carry the load. If he didn't get hurt, there's no way he really would have gotten all these carries. They're starting gradually getting him in more, but this week's going to be sink and swim on the road, opposed to being home, the loud environment, as in the Falcons. You know it's going to be loud this week. Will he be able to pass protect, which has been quote unquote everybody's biggest bugaboo. That's why he hasn't been in a lot this year. So it's going to be interesting to see. Is there any questions this week?
Nothing that I know of.
Nothing. So.
Like we always tell you guys, like us on Facebook, follow our Twitter. A lot of changes coming. Big changes, hopefully for the good. Also, I just like to throw this out. Either this week or next week, Alden Smith breaks the sack record.
Yeah.
At 20, the record's 22 and a half, I think it is.
Yeah, he's got it. Hopefully, unfortunately, someone doesn't slide and we have to hear the BS. Well, he didn't technically get it. Like we did here with Strahan. But records are meant to be broken, my friend.
Is the rushing record getting broken?
No.
You don't think Peterson's getting it? I think it's going to be one of those the Vikings are going to see a lot of 8 men in the box scenarios the rest of the season.
They're not going.
Teams are going to make Christian Ponder beat them. Like we said, follow us on Twitter.
Thank you. We seeing a lot of likes on Facebook. If you're really real, thank you. Appreciate it.
Hope you're taking.
Honestly, like our show. Please, we're dying to have some input. If you like another team other than the Jets and Giants, let us know. Me and Steve are very knowledgeable with every team in the NFL. We try to be. Because some teams, obviously, we're not going to care about. But for the most part, we're pretty knowledgeable. We'll answer any question, and we'll get back to you, and you'll listen to our show. Me and him are really enjoying this, so...
We hope you guys are enjoying it.
We're only going to get better, so...
Also,
thank you for sticking with us.
Last thing, let's go Browns, and let's go Steelers.
Amen.
We need Washington and Dallas to lose, so hopefully they could be clinching next week. Also, finally, just keep in mind, everybody, just a reminder, the SND podcast is in no way affiliated with, associated with, produced or endorsed by the National Football League or any of its affiliates. Enjoy the week of football, guys.
Take care, guys. Have a good one.